Hey guys, it's Diana, it's Monday, and I am sitting outside without worrying about getting malaria. So if you haven't figured, that's what I'm going to talk about today, is malaria. I want to go into international medicine and Peace Corps and Doctors Without Borders and everything when I'm older, so this is a topic that really interests me, is preventing and caring for, on a large scale, like a worldwide scale, diseases like malaria and cholera, and other stuff like that that's an epidemic around the world. So malaria is a disease that more annoys me than anything, just because it is 100% preventable. You might say, no, it's not, but it pretty much is. It's 100% preventable. It's really easy to block mosquitoes away if you have the right materials. Like if you're sleeping at night, obviously if you don't have a mosquito net, you can't be swatting when you're asleep, but if you can get a mosquito net, you're set, and you won't get malaria from getting bitten at night. Now the thing is that most people don't have mosquito nets. I mean, they're trying to get more people to use them, but it's still a really, really, really low percentage of people that have them. And so there's lots of organizations trying to get people mosquito nets, but you still have to pay for them. You have to pay enough that it's too much for the people who need them to pay for it, but it's just pennies for people around here, or around westernized countries. And so there's a gap between that. We don't need them, but we can pay for it, and they need them, but they can't pay for it, and yet somehow there's this gap of people who get malaria because they don't have them. Now, I'm not telling you to go and spend $1,000 and buy a bunch of malaria nets, but just to be aware and to feel really lucky that you have what you have, because if you're seeing this, you have access to a computer, and you can read, and that's a lot, and you probably have food and a roof and shelter and everything, and that's really lucky. And so maybe do more than think about it, maybe not with just malaria, but do something for someone who, maybe if you don't know them, but if you can save someone's life with a couple dollars, or more than that, or doing something for the world, that would be so awesome. Malaria... Okay, so I heard a statistic a couple weeks ago about malaria. The statistic really bothers me. 1, because I'm against war, and 2, because I'm against malaria. And 3, I'm against guns, in general, whether they are used for war or defense. I heard a statistic that said that one day of the Pentagon's budget, just one day, not a year, not a month, just one day, 24 hours of the Pentagon's defense budget, would be enough to get every child in the world under a malaria net when they sleep at night. To get a malaria net for every child in the world. That would be an amazing achievement. That would be so many people that wouldn't get malaria and wouldn't die from a disease that is 100% preventable. For just one day's budget of one department of our government. I don't know why someone hasn't done this, and it's not like we should just go away for a day and not spend anything for a day and just leave ourselves open to any attack. But seriously, divide the government spending by 365 and take away that much every day for a year. Just one 365th. And after a year, every child in the world will have a malaria net. I don't know why we're not doing this, but I guess we really need to defend ourselves from all the evil people in the other countries. Because the rest of the world is evil. No, I don't agree with that at all. And I feel like because that's not true, and the rest of the world is really nice, that maybe we could give up one 365th of our defense budget every day to go save so many lives. The disease is 100% preventable, people. I don't like the fact that people die from it. I don't think anyone likes it, but a lot of times I feel like no one's doing anything about it. So, that's my rant. So if you're interested in international medicine, actually, the World Health Organization publishes a lot of interesting statistics on different diseases and different sectors of life and countries and everything. I don't know, I really like statistics, so I kind of read through that whole report and got really excited and really nerdy about it, and it kind of inspired me to get more into this, and I just started thinking about all the things that I normally wouldn't have thought about with diseases in the world, like the fact that the plague, yeah, the Black Plague is still out there. Like, we tend to think that it's gone, but it's not. At least to the best of my knowledge, I'm pretty sure it's still out there in Africa. Not, like, widespread, but it's there. And people ignore it. And people are dying from it, but we ignore it. And I don't like that at all. So, just feel lucky that you don't have to deal with these things. Think about giving giving just a few coins to people so they can get a malaria net and live, get involved in something bigger than yourself and try to fix something that you might not have thought about before. I definitely recommend looking up the World Health Organization, and I'm sure they have some other great resources if you're interested. And Isabel, I will see you tomorrow.